Would you like to reduce your net fleet fuel spend by 10 to 23%? Could you use that money in other areas in your company while reducing your carbon footprint at the same time? Click the link below and learn more. Hey everybody, welcome to Freight Executive Insights. Again, I'm Michael Vincent, and he is Todd Womble, and he's the freight executive who's going to give us some insights. He's got a great story. He is your CEO and founder or co-founder, I can't remember which, of Savannah Logistics Group, right? Welcome to the show, brother. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. Yeah, exactly. Founder, CEO of Savannah Logistics Group, and excited to be on with you. And I know we've been trying to connect for a little while, so it's nice to connect, and excited to be on the show today.
Well, I was ops for 36 years in logistics. I did ops. I've done everything, right, except run a railroad. And being able to nail you down for like 15, 20 minutes, it has to be the Friday before Labor Day. And like every employee you have right now is putting out fires because it's like, cool, we're like 8 hours from a vacation possibly, but you're in operations and we all know what that means. It means every fire on the planet is going to be lit right before you're trying to get away, right?
Oh, yeah. Fridays are crazy anyway. And then before a holiday, adds a little element of extra craziness. And today, once a month, we have a super fun Friday. So it's the last Friday of the month. And we kind of shut things down for an hour, and we bring everybody in, play some games, have some pizza, cool. And kind of have an hour to socialize and, get to meet everybody on the team. We're kind of spread out amongst a few different buildings. So it's nice to get everybody to one building, and once a month we kind of hang out, play games, and have a super fun Friday.
So what's the game of choice there in Savannah? Is it you guys cornhole or what do you guys?
Well, a lot of times we'll do like a team building, start on one end of a line with a hula hoop, and it's got to go through every person and step through it, and some little crazy games like that. And my wife's kind of just started heading up the Super Fun Fridays, taking over from another young lady. So I kind of want to get back to some traditional egg toss and different things like that. So we've kind of been laughing about some of that. I'm an old school guy. I want to get back to some of the old school games. So not sure what's in store today. We've added a few team members, so it's a good time that we all get together and introduce some of the new team members. And then, it's cool for everybody to take some time. And, you spend a lot of time with your coworkers at work, and it's nice to get to know them and a little bit about their family and what they do outside of work. And tomorrow we got a big day outside of work. We've got a tailgate at Georgia Southern University, which has a huge logistics program, and we're a partner with them, and we have a big tailgate. Hopefully we have a lot of employees and customers come out to that. So exciting weekend for us, exciting couple days here at SLG.
That's fantastic. So, we need to get into what you guys do there and all that other kind of stuff. And you've built this company, and you've had you and I have spoken obviously a number of times, but the growth has been fantastic, and getting through the last, the up and then the subsequent down and ripples after the COVID era, I guess, if you want to call it that, is difficult for many, many companies who've been around for decades, have not been able to navigate that, but you have. And I'm going to guess that culture is a bit about it, because that you led with that, right? I mean, you're the CEO and founder, and you led with it's Super Fun Friday. You talked about, I immediately went to, everybody needs their shipment right freaking now, and you got to get your butt moving, and it's operations time, man. It's diesel, it's rubber, it's making stuff happen. And you went to, it's end of month. And I thought you were going to say, it's crazy, everything's got to get done. You said, no. We're taking care of our employees. And that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's easy to lose sight of that, especially when you're the founder and CEO. And we started in 2017, and I was on my kitchen table with a laptop that I just bought at Best Buy, and been in logistics for 20 years. And, went and bought 4 trucks and financed them at my local bank. And, I knew logistics. I had done it for other companies and other people. And, all of a sudden you're sitting here and it's just you. And
Yeah.
it's you and a laptop. And you got 4 drivers and 4 trucks. And you kind of start from that and come to where we are today, 2017. You fast forward to 2024, and we've been through a pandemic, and now we've got 50 plus employees and 100 drivers, and it's easy through all of that growth and through all that turmoil and the ups and downs of a pandemic to lose sight of what's right there in front of you, and that's your people. And you can't accomplish the mission without the people. And I can sometimes be mission over man. I'm a hard charger, and you just can't complete the mission without the people. We've got really good people here at SLG. That's what that's what we've been able to put together and build, is just a strong team of people that like to have fun and work hard and get to know each other on a different level. And I feel like we have a good sense of community. We're not perfect, but I feel like we've got a great team here, a great sense of community, and people that really care about what they're doing.
That's fantastic. And people care about it when you say, hey, we're going to work hard, but we're going to play hard and we're going to enjoy the successes together. And when those aren't just words and it happens, that's when you've got a real successful team. And it sounds like that's what's going on there, which is fantastic, because that's the real culture that you need, right?
Yeah. And we want to get better at it every day, every month, every year. We want to get better at it. And, we want to, we're constantly looking for good human beings. And we know that good human beings make good employees, and they're good for our community. And that's what we believe. And like I said, that's the path that we'll continue to walk down and get a little better at it day over day.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I love the philosophy, and I love hearing the words from you, because, from early on in my career, I was taught and realized that it's the truth. The success comes at those higher levels by not forgetting. You can't forget what it was to pound that dock. You can't forget what it was to be out on that road driving for hours. You can't forget, like in an LTL or a drayage situation or whatever it happens to be, getting in and out of that cab 100 times a day. What that was like. You can't forget that once you're the one in charge, and that really helps. Or it really breeds the success, right? It plants the seeds and makes that continue to grow, and also your contributions towards that society and the community, right? I applaud everything you just said. It's straight up perfect. So Savannah Logistics Group. I'm guessing, and not really guessing, because I've stalked you and we've talked and I understand what you guys do. But for everybody else, what are you guys doing? What is the services that you guys specialize in?
Yeah, we have a portfolio of logistics services. We specialize from the first mile to the final mile. We do port drayage. We do warehousing. We do out of gauge. We've got a 3PL services, box truck, expedited. We're a full service logistics provider. And like I said, from the first mile to the final mile to the extra mile. We've expanded Savannah. We started out in Savannah, like I said, in 2017, expanded into Charleston, South Carolina, servicing the port of Charleston. We've expanded into the inland port at Greer, South Carolina, expanded into Jacksonville. And, we've done that again by having good people and the right people. And we've had a vision that we wanted to be a very diverse company. And I feel like we've accomplished that in a lot of different areas. We expanded into, as recent as this year, we started up our out of gauge specialized division. That's been done very, very well for us. We move a lot of out of gauge cargo off the ports in Charleston as well as Savannah. We'll begin to do that down in Jacksonville. We get that first mile off the port. We can transload that out of gauge stuff and get it delivered inland for the final mile. So we have truckload capabilities, flatbed capabilities, refrigerated capabilities. So a very robust network of services and a lot of diversification. And that's by design. We've got 300,000 square feet of warehouse space here in Savannah, and the future looks bright for SLG. We've had a few of the expansions I've mentioned, and certainly Houston would be one of our next expansions that's on our radar.
Houston's a pretty big out of gauge bulk port, right? Break bulk port, right? That's that. Yeah. Right. Because is that due to the oil and chemical industry that's down there, right? That's why that's
a lot of resin down there as well. But the Gulf, Houston,
So is it fair to say that door to port and port to door domestically, that's you? Whether you need transloading, no matter what it is, are Absolutely. You reaching the entire nation through that? I guess you are, right? Through your 3PL and your assets as well, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
I got you. Yeah, that's fantastic. That's really so. How was you started in 2017? You mentioned that, right? And you've gotten through that. What was the key to 2017? So you were in it for a little while, and probably going through those, as every entrepreneur and startup is, hey, things are great. And then by noon, you're ready to kill yourself. And then by 4:00, you're going out of business. And then the next day you wake up, you get a phone call and you're like, yeah, we're going to kill it again. That type of roller coaster. Then you hit Trump says, you know what? Tariff wars. Right. And then all of a sudden, COVID, right? And then the Panama is drying up, right? Because after all that stuff, how did you, what was that like? Was there a key to that, or was it just staying level-headed? What got you through that? Because people who had, no offense, much more experience being in business than you did not succeed.
Yeah, I think keeping a level head and being very, very nimble, what are the needs? Every unique market brings different unique needs, whether it be a pandemic, tariff wars. Where can you expand? Where can you diversify? We've talked about, the out of gauge, for example. We've talked about the expansions. We've said, hey, we're going to fish out of more ponds, and that's what we've done with our expansions and offer more services. So, when one sector's down, maybe there's another sector that's up. So, I think you just keep grinding every day, try to keep a clear head and try to stay focused and, try to stay present, try to stay what's happening right now and what can I control and what can I not control. And we talk about that a lot around here. Control the things that you can control, but there's so much that you can't control. So let's do really good at the things that we can control. The rest of it will fall into place.
Was there that like a large temptation to just bite off way more than you could manage long term during the explosive growth that occurred a few years back? When LA, San Pedro, you couldn't even see the water. There were so many ships sitting out there, a couple hundred ships, and stuff started, diverting to the East Coast. There's tremendous growth in Savannah and the East Coast port. Was there that? Did you see that go, man, we could just really explosive growth? And how was that kind of trying to rein that in? And
I think 2022, you saw a lot of companies that were able to expand and grow rapidly. We had good years. 2017, we started up. 2018, 2019, year over year, we saw growth. 2020 was what it was. 2021, 2022 was really crazy. with growth. And I think you had a lot of you had a lot of these uh, small onesie twosie fleets that jumped out into the market, and were paying these really high insurance premiums. Maybe
Yeah.
bought some equipment that was really really expensive. Hey, everybody did it.
Yeah.
And so you had to be really careful with expanding in 2022. Things were really expensive in terms of equipment, things of that nature. Um, and 2023 rolls around, 2024 rolls around, things not only do they normalize, then you kind of dip back the other way and you have an economic slowdown. So it makes things really, really tough. A bad combination when you're paying for expensive equipment, diesel prices rise, and rates start to drop. You see a combination and that is not a good equation for a lot of businesses when expenses rise and rates fall. So,
Yeah,
you
yeah. Lowering revenue and rising costs are not the recipe you want. That is
no,
for
it's
sure.
not. So navigating that was, just one day at a time, trying to navigate it, make sure we're servicing the right kind of customers, the right kind of accounts, uh, trying to get into more niche type markets. Like I keep going back to out of gauge, things like that.
Yeah,
Just trying to be very nimble. And I think as 2023's passed, and here we are in the latter half of 2024, it's an election year. So, we feel like we're in a good position. What is this economy going to do in 2025? We want interest rates to go down, certainly. We want fuel prices to go down,
right.
and we want freight levels to pick back up, and hopefully we start to see some rate increases and costs start to stabilize. And that's what I think a lot of us in the industry, that's what we're looking for.
For sure. So here's my last question, because I mean, like 17 minutes have gone by already, right? It's good. These go fast. So let's get to what is going on the East Coast and how that affects it. So you are in it like a perfect storm over there, because it's an election year. We're waiting for a turn in the freight recession, right? And the change in revenue costs, et cetera. But you're also got labor unrest in your neck of the woods. So I've heard. What's going on there? What are you seeing?
Yeah, so we've got the ILA union negotiations going on. I think that contract expires September the 30th, so we're exactly 30 days out. I think a lot's been agreed upon. I think there's some wages and benefits that need to be agreed upon there. So we don't really know what's going to happen. Could they strike? I don't think anybody really knows. We're 30 days out. It certainly makes shippers uncomfortable. Uncertainty makes them uncomfortable. And, now's the time are you going to see people start to divert cargo off the East Coast in preparation for a potential labor strike? Hopefully those guys can get together and both sides can get together and work through it. And let's get a contract in place that everybody can live with. And, I think it's just one of those scenarios where, both sides know they need to reach a deal. And no matter what deal they reach, nobody's probably really happy about it. So everybody's just happy that a deal got reached. We're just sitting here kind of holding tight, kind of watching that develop and play out. And, it's a little nerve wracking, but earlier I talked about those things you can and can't control. And it's one of those things that we can't control. So we're going to try not to worry about it. We're going to keep coming in every day and do what we do best, and that's logistics. And we're just going to keep moving forward and stay in tune with our people, stay in tune with our customers, let them know what's going on every step of the way, and try to support them in any way that we can.
Cool. So you said this is the time you would see. Are you seeing any change in customers pulling back? And was there anything that came of the, like, the Panama's drying up, et cetera, and stuff like that? Have you seen a shift back or to the West Coast, or was that not really, any impact?
Yeah, I don't think we've seen the impact of that yet to date. Certainly when you talk about things like the Panama Canal, a while back, Charleston had a few day stint where they had, some computer issues over there and were down. And
Right.
anytime you have any type disruptions, you think about vessel schedules start to get out of whack, can be challenging, especially, on the export side of things when you're trying to lock in cutoff dates,
Yeah.
earliest return dates, that stuff, all of those things that impacts delays on vessels can certainly make our business more challenging,
Sure.
in these port towns, port cities.
Yeah. What about the Baltimore, the bridge, the ship, nail taking out the bridge out there? I mean, did any of that get diverted your way? Most of that was Ro though, right?
Yeah, a lot of row, so it didn't really affect the container volumes here in Savannah. A lot of the row stuff, I'm sure, diverted down. It would have affected our Brunswick port, which is the Georgia Port Authority's done a great job at expanding our Brunswick row terminal, and they continue to invest money down in Brunswick, investing a lot of money here in Savannah. We're really excited about the future here in Savannah, and the amount of money that's being invested here at our port, and the amount of money that's being invested, down in Brunswick, as well as some of our inland ports in Georgia. So logistics is going to be around for a long, long time.
I would imagine
Um,
it would be, right?
yeah, and we're in a great town. We're in a great town, great cities. The part of the country that we're in, the southeastern part of the United States is experiencing massive growth. Here in Savannah, you've got the Hyundai plant, which is going to be coming online in the next few months. A lot of exciting stuff happening in the southeast.
Yeah, excellent stuff. So, Todd, we got to wrap it up here a little bit. Where are people going to learn about your services and hopefully book, like, millions of dollars worth of freight through you guys, like,
Yeah, man.
in
If
the
they
next
could
half
check us
hour?
out, slgsav.com. They can check us out on the web. We, have a lot of social media presence, but they can certainly find us online and find us at that website and apply for jobs, get rate quotes, and we would love for them to come book millions of dollars of freight, Michael.
Right on. At the right rate, right? There's no
That,
ugly freight, just poorly priced, correct?
right, right. Uh,
I love it. Thank you so much, Todd. God bless, and I hope you guys, much success in the future. Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, thank you. Such a pleasure to come on, and I appreciate you having me.
Right on. Hey, thanks everybody for tuning into Freight Executive Insights. We'll see you next time. Peace and love.